Today in PA is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Stay nice and cozy this season by heading to Renewal to get 20% off every window and door with nothing down, no payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals for more information. Offer ends December 31st. Police in Pittsburgh made arrests following a social media threat against a school. In Philadelphia, ski masks have been banned in certain public spaces. 2024 fishing licenses are now available. And move over, gingerbread houses, there's new pretzel cabins in town. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. Police in Pittsburgh arrested 2 individuals and recovered firearms last week after investigating a social media threat against a school, reports the Tribune Review. Public safety officials stated how a juvenile male had been posing with firearms and making threats against the Pittsburgh Milan's University Preparatory School online, threats that were then relayed from the ATF through Pittsburgh Public School Police. After tracing the post and surveying the area, cops spotted a man, later identified as 18-year-old Jaquil Young, leave the residence and get into a U-Haul box truck. Cops pulled the truck over and found Young had a pistol with a 50-round drum magazine as well as an automatic switch for a Glock, ammo, magazines, and pot in his backpack. The unnamed 17-year-old featured in the social media post was also in the truck and was in possession of an AK-47 as well as 2 pistols. Young faces multiple charges and the 17-year-old was released to the custody of an adult relative. Philadelphia officials have banned ski masks in certain public areas, reports PennLive. The city council approved a bill in a 13-2 vote last week that will prohibit ski masks, balaclavas, and other methods of concealing one's face in places like schools, daycares, and parks as a means to cut down on violent crime. As wearing such masks, in the words of one member, is a, quote, quality of life, unquote, issue. The only exemptions are for religious reasons, freedom of speech, theatrical productions, safety purposes, and winter sports. Those who disagree with the ban, such as Solomon Worlds of the Philadelphia ACLU, opine that it'll criminalize young people of color. However, as pointed out by Deputy Commissioner Francis Healy, quote, there was a time not too long ago where any average police officer would see a person donning a mask before entering a convenience store or banks and they would believe a robbery was about to occur. 2024 fishing licenses are now up for grabs, states the York Daily Record. But just know, angler listeners, that they cost a little bit more than last year. General resident adult licenses have increased by $250 for a total price of $27.97. Trout permits, too, also went up by that amount for a total cost of $14.97. For more information and to get yours, feel free to click on that podcast link. There are people out there who apparently wonder, if gingerbread men live in gingerbread houses, are they technically living in homes made of their own flesh, begins the Hanover Evening Sun? I don't know who, but that's what the article says. Anyway, going off of this rather grim philosophical question, Hanover-based Snyder's is, for its own seasonal marketing push, encouraging folks to forget those gingerbread houses and instead make pretzel cabins. They even heavily put some designs you can follow on their website using their pretzels, which are pretty nifty. You can use the square kind for windows, the long ones for walls. Just don't make any pretzel men or we'll just be right back where we started. That wraps up today's episode. For even more news, drop by PennLive.com. Also, please remember to rate this podcast wherever you may listen to it and to email me at todayinpa@PennLive.com with any thoughts you may have. Thanks in advance, and of course, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll be back again tomorrow for another round of Today in PA. Today in PA is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Stay nice and cozy this season by heading to Renewal to get 20% off every window and door with nothing down, no payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Call 717-727-7558 or drop by rbacentralpa.com/deals for more information. Offer ends December 31st.